All right, a couple things we're looking at here. I think we were doing swing and miss here. Let's double check that. Oh, this is our first takeaway. All right, this is the first swing we're evaluating the takeaway. How's it looking?
Pretty good.
Compared to, again, perfect world, if I was to be a hard ass, I'd say to you, hey, I want that thing coming outside that line on the way back.
Right.
For the purpose of exaggeration. On a training swing, not necessarily when the ball's there, but you're thinking that's happening, and you're going to see it's coming back on a pretty doggone good line here. A little underneath still, right?
Mm-hmm.
More underneath than you thought, I'll bet. Correct?
Yep.
But an improvement, big
Yep.
time. So now we're seeing it come down on a good plane. See, that's not over the top.
Right.
That is absolutely not over the top. That's why you hit it good. It's right on plane. That's how a straight golf shot happens, right there. Okay. But what I want you to take away from this is it's still coming behind me more than I thought.
Is that the same shot?
This is the next shot.
Okay.
But you can kind of see now you're still a little bit on the heel here. See?
Yes.
It's a little outside the ball. This is the one where I said you hit that on the heel. I can tell by the sound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Trained ear, right? And you hit a pretty good shot, but that's a heel shot. But it's still on the green. Might be a little short because you didn't hit it in the middle, but it's on the green. It was right where you're aiming. Okay? Alright, so this is the experimenting with the setup. Now look at the difference here. Can't tell, I didn't catch it early enough. Okay, look at the bend over there. Okay, it's a pretty big angle for a guy your height. Okay, that's 15 degrees, and your arms are out. Okay, this is a correction.
Okay.
That's at least 10% more tall,
Okay.
and your arms are a little bit more underneath you. Okay, so we're not going to make that happen down here with the feet. We're not going to move on the heels to get taller. It's just this angle right here at the bend of the hips. Okay? And then pictures don't do justice to what we did with the right hand out there, right? So we're not going to get any input there, but this just is too much here. Too much
Right.
bend over, too much energy going outward. And then we got a chance to hit it on the heel because everything's out. Bend over, too much down. So now we're up a little bit, and it doesn't look as erect as it felt.
Right.
Looks pretty good.
Right.
Okay, so that's the value of some visual feedback there. And then we ended up getting that right hand to be not hold on to that club out like that. Now it's going to be more underneath. It's going to have, and doing that too and doing this, a little less tension in that arm too. Right?
Loosen up.
Yeah. There's times when I'm trying to move that club around in your hands and I can't move it, right? Which is not unusual. Look at that takeaway. So this is when we're doing it for the camera. Remember?
Right.
Look at that. You're showing off for the camera now. Now watch how you're going to start looping that thing back to the inside. This is going to come inside.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Look at that lag. Look at that right elbow tuck.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? That's coming from the inside. Boom. Perfect. Looks good. But that's what I'm saying. Do this for the camera. Show off for the camera. Until you do that, it's hard for you to do that with a ball there. You don't have to do it to that degree, but I just want you to see what it looks like. You're trying to do the same thing here. That's right on plane. Put my line down there. This one, even though you think you're going dead to right field, we'll see it right on plane. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Look at how that you re-looped it inside. Yeah.
It's exciting.
Well, it's just an image and a feel. You just got to keep doing it. I think that exercise has great value without a ball. Without a ball, just can I talk myself into getting out there? And when I do that, I'm perfect. I'm not out there.
Right.
As soon as I talk myself into that and be okay with it, that's the value of video. What we say is what we feel isn't always real. What we see is real.
Right.
See, that's a little inside there, not as good as the other one. And truthfully, that has to be less perfectly done than this does from here down. But if we can kind of reverse the culture of what we've been doing, you can get a really distinct feeling of that moving way back there before you come into the ball. That's what we want.
Inside out.
Yeah.
Swing.
It's hard to feel the inside out when it's so far inside. Now we're talking about the setup here.
Stand up, boy. Stand up.
So it's all right there. Hey, look at the difference between those two setups.
Right.
That's 10 degrees more upright than this one was.
Right.
And it looks pretty good. But like I said, don't get back on your heels to do it. Looks like you are there a little bit, but you got to kind
balls of the feet, right?
Arches
Arches.
in the middle.
Okay.
Balls of the feet is I like for putting. Balls of the feet for someone that tends to go that way. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not toes, but yeah, it looks pretty good there. You just kind of fool around with it a little bit. So just a little bit more, again, not necessarily for the golf course yet, right? More for
Right.
practice sessions, especially the right hand. But